Well, folks, I am here in Nevada in the only piece of shade we've been able to find for a very, very hot pronghorn hunt with my buddy Mike Spitzer. You've seen Mike on many of our episodes before. He came and helped me on a pronghorn hunt in New Mexico one year. He didn't have a tag, he just wanted to come and tag along, and then he and I have done Kansas whitetail together. We've done Wyoming elk together. You've seen Mike on many of our shows. So the beauty of this tag is Mike drew it as a resident, and since he's not that far away from this unit, he's been able to come out here and scout, along with some of his friends, Chad and Sean, two great guys who I got to know. I'd never met them before this hunt. You'll see them on this episode. You'll see Chad's son, Chase. Great kid, having a blast. Between the three of them, they've been able to come here and have a pretty good look at this unit. And Mike had been up here scouting through the summer, and he'd been sending me some pictures of the phone scope type pictures of this buck and that buck, and I'm like, wow, I thought this was an overlooked unit. But I do remember that I drew a Nevada antelope tag in 2007. I've been here and helped other people with Nevada antelope tags. Nevada has quality antelope in every unit. Who is this?
I'm Chase.
My son Chase. Yep.
I'm Randy. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Hi.
And so when I got there, those guys were all fired up. They're like, oh yeah, yesterday we saw this, yesterday we saw that. We gotta go look at this one, we gotta go look at that one. And I'm like, cool, antelope. Everyone who knows me knows that I love antelope hunting. And to be out here with Mike on all this great Nevada public land and get to meet some really cool friends of his, I don't care if there was no shade, if there is no shade. I don't care if we do have to eat brats every night and cold cereal every morning. It's antelope camp. That's what you do. You chase antelope.
You're looking at a big buck here. 460. He's so much bigger than anything we've seen.
Yeah, he's a coyote out there.
Oh yeah. Look at that. He's the best buck we've been seeing.
This one is.
Yeah.
So you, Mr. Camera Guy, and Mike are gonna go on a long, hot hike. Me, Sean, Chad, and Chase, we're gonna sit up here and just enjoy the... If we hear a shot, we might come. Depends on if Mr. Mike. You got any bullets with you?
I got enough.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, good luck, guys.
We lost our visual of him. We're down here in the bottom, but my luck, he's gonna just pop up when we least expect it. So, I gotta be ready. Really, once we dropped off, we just couldn't turn him up. There's a lot of contour, a lot of places he could have been. We had a tough time communicating with the guys who were all still up on the hill. I'd look back at them and I saw some arm signals, and we try and scoot over here real quick, trying to get an angle on him, and we just can't find him. And as we're down there looking, we hear a rifle shot. And then, not too much later, another one, and another one. Like, oh man, this might be dead, because it came from right down in the area that we were chasing this buck. The ATV is still 2 miles away. So, heard a second shot after that first one, not too long after while we were walking. Got a good vantage point here. That ATV is still a couple miles away, so I think our antelope's safe. We're just in a perfect ambush position if he comes back from water. wants to head back up to where we've seen him the last couple days. But hopefully he does that. If not, we'll just be sitting here baking in the sun for a bit. You know, saw some other hunters in the UTV, and sure enough, not too much longer, they came driving past and they drove away with an antelope poking up out of the back of their side by side. And it was a nice antelope. It was a great one. It took a second. At first, I was like, "Oh, that's my buck." You know, they killed it, and good for them. You know, but a little bit of a heartache. But then the closer we looked, we were sure it wasn't quite the caliber of the buck that we had seen in there, and it really wasn't him. So we knew he was still around.
So without any real, I guess, fruit to show for their labor, we tell Mike and Michael to jump in the truck with me. And Chad and his son Chase said, well, we're going to make this big loop to this other place and see if we can find that buck that I guess they'd seen a really nice buck a couple days earlier. And we decided, all right, we're going to take this old 2-track out and we'll all meet up down on this road by this reservoir. And on our way out there, we're just driving along, and Sean, he looks out his window, he's like, well, there's a buck and some does down there. We should stop and glass him. And so we park the truck and we get out the spotters, and it's like, whoa, Mike, look at this one. And Mike took one look at it. He's like, that is a shooter. That buck, just by happenstance, ends up being bigger than any buck those guys had seen in all their summer of scouting. I mean, sometimes hunting is luck, right? You just luck out and there he is.
This one was, you don't have to look at him long, and you know, he's well into that 80-inch class, a true trophy, and possibly, you know, over 82, where he'd be all-time Boone and Crockett. He's got to be right in here. We're getting close. So I went sneaking down. We kind of, you know, used the contour of the land, got right up where we were going to poke over, and popped over the ridge. And he saw us. You know, we had a little bit of time, and then he started moving. And I got on him, and you know, he was in a great position for a shot. I just blew it. You on him?
Yep.
Clean miss?
I can't tell. It's pretty far.
Didn't sound like a hit.
No, I didn't hear it.
I missed. It's a good shot. I just missed. Dang it. So that antelope he took off, he was gone. That opportunity was lost. We're gonna have to turn him back up again. None of us like missing. Not used to missing. I practiced plenty, but I missed. So it took a couple hours, but we were able to find him, right, and make another play on him. Take two. Not on. Straight up for me. Let's go a little higher up here to the right. We got in tight, man, so we went working up through the sagebrush and got up really right at his level. Are you on him?
Yes.
Is he standing there looking at us?
Yep. And there's a smaller buck in front of him.
He turned facing us?
Yep. He's fighting with that buck.
He actually got pushed away by another buck, but there were plenty of antelope in there, plenty of does. So we had plenty of time. Just relax. What I hadn't brought with me was a tripod or a rifle rest. We got time.
Yeah, we got all the time in the world.
I gotta get a better rest. I got my pack laid across sagebrush. You know, hindsight's 20/20. I should have done something different, but I got down. I felt pretty good. He gave me a great shot. He presented himself well, and I felt like I was comfortable for the shot, even though I wasn't totally solid on the rest. Okay, you on him?
Yep. Low, looked like.
Man, I missed again. And if I thought the first time was bad, the second time was awful. That's twice. Dang it. What do you do? Let me go cry for a minute. Now he's in my head, right? It stinks to miss. It stinks even more so when he didn't know we were there, you know? But it was on me. I missed it. What a day.
Tomorrow's a new day? All right. I'm good with that.
Seeing as we're out of shooting light and he hasn't shown his face again, I think we're gonna just have to let him sleep it off, find him in the morning.
Let him sleep it off. Let him get one more night of thanks. One more night of prayers.
That's right. So the next day, we know what our target is. We're gonna go find the antelopes. We're up from before light and to after sunset. We looked all day. We hiked, we glassed, we drove. We were split up, we covered country. We could not turn this antelope up. I was given the opportunity to shoot this antelope, and it was on me, you know, I blew it. And now we spend a whole day looking for him and just couldn't turn him up. So it's starting, not only now, man, did I miss, but it's like, did I just completely blow the opportunity on this once in a lifetime antelope that was just a true trophy? And didn't know what was gonna turn up. We had one more day to hunt him, and that was it. The next morning, now a day and a half since I'd had my opportunity at him, go right in there, right to where we very first saw him, and sure enough, he's like the second antelope we see.
What about this dude right here in that knob over here? Ooh. That's right where he was the first time we saw him. That him?
I think so.
Yeah. Holy cow, there he is.
He was hanging out alone on a hill, but he was hanging pretty tight. We learned later he had some does with him, and that's what kind of kept him real tight in there. On this stock, I knew what I needed to do to shoot this antelope. I just needed to go prone, and that was gonna solve my issues, and we're gonna get the job done.
550 to that hill.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say he was coming down, and then at the last minute he came this direction, but he might have, I think it's just down in that bottom somewhere, because there's that white wall down there.
to take him.
That was it. He's going down, Mike.
What's the range?
He's down. He's down. He's down.
Randy.
Oh, man. And Mike has this really, really, really nice Boone and Crockett, Nevada buck. To see the relief on Mike, to see the excitement, and to have all of us there kind of excited and jumping up and down. And
You know, the excitement level wasn't just that we had just killed a great antelope. It wasn't just that I put a good shot on him. It was everything built up, that we had lost this antelope. We had searched for him. I had missed him. Like, I had blown opportunities, and now he'd come through. So we put a stock on another buck that we thought would be big enough. Didn't make it happen. Later that day, chasing him all around, we came across this guy 2 days ago. I missed a couple times on that day. And then yesterday was heartbreaking. We couldn't turn him up, man. We looked everywhere. It was just, but man, this morning, we knew he was here. It's like redemption, rewarding. I mean, he meant something. He's cool. What a buck. Man, just great friends. Lucky man. It was great to share it with Chase and Chad and Randy. Man, just a fantastic antelope. And he officially measured 83 5/8 inches gross, and his net was 82 4/8. So he was well into the all-time record book. Just a true trophy, a once-in-a-lifetime antelope buck. It was neat to share it with friends.
I was so happy for Mike, because Mike is such a great guy. And he has made some unbelievable shots on our show. And I was just excited for him, because he was pretty hard on himself, the way things had kind of started out. And me, as someone who loves pronghorn hunting, this was like, wow, what could I have done that was any more fun on Labor Day weekend? Come to Nevada, go out here on all these great public lands, look over so many antelope, and have one of my great friends shoot such a tremendous buck. Sign me up for that one.